beautiful day today.
It's gorgeous.
So nice. Sun is like our energy.
Yeah, absolutely. Get the vitamin D.
So today we are going to talk about, as part of a business, thinking about goals and objectives as you're creating things or working on projects and doing that. And when you think about goals for your art, what are some ways that you create goals or think through some of those pieces?
I think, well, sometimes as artists we think of the huge picture in 20 years,
Yes.
10 years, 5 years. But I think to keep yourself sane,
Yes.
we need small goals.
Yeah.
Attainable goals, I think you used that word earlier.
Yes. Sort of like a realistic view of, you may want to be on Broadway, which is a great dream and
Yeah,
goal, but you also
absolutely.
have to be realistic about, well, are you willing to move to New York? Are you willing to take these small steps to work towards that larger goal?
Right.
Um,
And so we decided, which we've talked about before, we don't want to wait for the big break. So we create smaller goals.
Yes.
Just to, then we are hitting these mile markers.
yeah.
Still doing auditions and things like that. So maybe we'll end up on the big stage. Because that is the ultimate goal, right? I mean, and that's a legit goal.
Yes.
Like, dream big. We're all about dreaming big.
Mm-hmm.
But we also want to feel successful in this kind of waiting period.
Yes.
So, like, I give myself projects like make a CD. So then that's another pretty big goal. Then you have to have deadlines and objectives under
Yes.
that.
Yes.
So how do we do that?
And I think deadlines are really helpful for
Yeah.
me and for both of us. So we set deadlines. This is when we're having a performance. You
Yeah.
schedule it, schedule a place, and then you have to finish that project because
Right.
you've said this is our deadline to do that. And so
Right.
having someone who keeps you accountable in that. So we have each other to be like, hey, here's the deadline, and we're both working on this.
Yeah, we'll set up meetings because
Yes.
face-to-face, email's one thing and be like, oh yeah, I'm working on it. Face-to-face, you're like, oh crap, yeah.
Woo, yes. I think presence is really important for me. To be in someone's presence as you're working on things can
Absolutely.
be really helpful. And
Yeah.
with technology is awesome because you can do distance.
Yeah.
But to sit down with someone and really work through in those ways is helpful.
Yeah,
I think,
absolutely.
To do that.
Yeah.
So you talked about at one point making lists or journaling,
Yeah.
writing down
Right.
goals.
I think journaling is important. I mean, it's not for everybody, but I'll write down certain goals or things that I'm thinking about, and then it's just inspiring to go back and see, wow, I did that, or oh, I sang with these people, or I did this number of auditions, or yep, I'm working on a CD that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So things like that. Even if it's not a daily journal, just, I don't know, it doesn't even have to be like a New Year's or something. New Year's
No,
resolutions
yeah.
don't work for me. But just, yeah, you have a goal, you write it down. So I guess my question is, great, we all have these goals.
Yeah.
How do we, what's that mean to have objectives then?
Yeah, and I think so much of it is figuring out and wrestling with the process. Like, how do
Right.
you work, and then
Yeah.
see the strengths and weaknesses in how you work, and what that
Yeah.
looks like. So for me, when I think about, oh, I want to get better at movement, setting an hourly goal for a week is not helpful maybe for me. But if I set like, okay, the next couple months I want to work so many hours, and then I have the flexibility that some weeks there's other things that come up, or this week this thing I can really work. So for me, having that big picture of I want to do 100 hours in the next couple of months, and then
Yeah, that's cool.
then have the flexibility to do that. That works well for me. Big goals for me, hour-wise, working on movement. That's something I can do small steps. That my big goal is to be better at movement. Here's a way that I can work on it over time to schedule or know that I want to achieve so many hours working towards it. So that can be
Breaking
can be
it down.
helpful. Yeah, breaking it down so it feels possible.
Right, yeah.
You can do it.
I guess we could use the festival a little bit as, because that was it's a huge idea.
Enormous.
We're only two small but fierce little women. But we're making it happen.
Yeah.
We just had to break it down. We're like, okay, so this is our big idea. And then we're like, well, this month we have to get this done. This month we have to get this done.
Yeah.
And we've made mistakes. We probably would, start the process a little sooner next
Yes.
year, which we would love to do it again next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's breaking. I'm trying to think of a specific example, just in case some people really have trouble seeing the smaller picture,
Right.
like seeing the steps.
Yes.
So, our first goal, we had to get approved by the borough. So that
Yes.
was kind of a big one because we didn't want to advertise it until then. So then once we got that, huge check off the list. Next objective, marketing materials.
Yes.
working-
Getting that poster done.
Yeah.
So Lindsay helped us
Yeah,
create
we
a
worked with an
poster.
artist friend because we love networking with artists. Yeah. Artists. Yeah.
Thanks, Lindsay.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's helpful. Just wow, that's a really pretty bird.
I didn't see. I missed the bird.
Sorry.
Distraction.
ADD. Okay.
And that's why we have goals, and that's why we write them down.
I need little shorts for my short attention span.
Well, and I think, yeah, that's just a great way, because for me, like, creating lists can help that.
Yes.
You see, you have
Should
written
write it
out
down.
all the things that need to happen for
Yeah.
that, to think through it. And if you're not good at thinking through, like, all the things that need to happen or to be done to create, say, a festival, like, finding other people who can help with that and brainstorm ideas and think about what is needed or not needed and that process of it.
Yeah. And find somebody who's good at the details you're not good at.
Yes.
This is why we work good together.
So well, yes.
She's really good at things that I don't even want to think about.
And then vice versa.
Vice versa.
Yeah.
So-
So that's really helpful
Yeah.
to have that and to be able to work with someone and do that. So thinking about goals and thinking about objectives, big things, being realistic,
Right.
And having good ways that you can break them down so that you feel a sense of success. too.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, you'll just beat yourself up because you didn't achieve things. And
Right.
And I do that, and I have to like step back and say, no, you accomplished this small thing.
Right.
That's good.
Yeah.
But then dreaming big and
Right.
having that in front of you, and having people to help you with those pieces of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So dream big,
Dream big.
but set smaller goals
Yeah.
to help you feel successful.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it's a cop out or anything. I think it's just a way of
Yeah.
you're keeping with your work, you're keeping with your art, working towards a bigger goal.
Yes.
Um,
And it's those hours of doing those small things that make for a beautiful moment on stage.
absolutely.
So you don't have that beautiful moment without those hours
right.
behind it. And so seeing the value of those small goals, objectives,
Absolutely.
that they build over time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope
So-
this was helpful.
Yeah, so thank you, and you can follow us as we build different goals and objectives on our website at amike.org, on Facebook and Twitter. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Share this with friends who you think may be interested or want to
Yeah.
share goals and objectives that
Yeah.
they have that we can encourage people in as well. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Bye.